Chapter 10 Unwelcome. The city was waking up as we walked toward the tea shop. Women were busy with their everyday routines, drawing columns to decorate the ground before their houses. At one home, you stood entranced as a woman showed a girl how to let rice flour fall evenly through her fingers to make the patterns with smooth white lines. The tea shop man was pouring frothy glasses of chai when we arrived. You wanted to walk right back to the kitchen, but I stood waiting for the man to notice me. If we showed him we were polite and we were hard-working girls, surely he'd let us work for him again, maybe pay us money this time. "Go away!" he shouted. I looked behind us to see whom he was shooing. "You!" he yelled. "Get that dog away from my shop!" "It's a good dog," I began, but the man shook his fist at us. Cootie growled. I picked him up and held his squirming body tight. "Auntie!" you cried. Sure enough, Tea Shop Auntie had opened the kitchen door a crack. She beckoned. We took the long way around the shop, and I set Cootie down. He settled his head on his forepaws and closed his eyes. Auntie let us in the back door with a slightly frightened smile. "You said Ruku liked beads?" My irritation at her asking me instead of you vanished when she thrust a bulging bag into my hand. Inside the bag was a beautiful collection of jewel-toned beads, as well as some neatly knotted bundles of twine. "Thanks," I breathed. "Look what Auntie gave us, Ruku." You were as dazzled by the rainbow of color as I was. You settled down on the floor of the shack at once and started making a necklace. "Viji, if you can watch the stove, maybe I could quickly show your sister some bead tricks?" "Of course, Auntie." She sat with you, showing you ways to tie pretty knots and braid strands together. Every now and then she shot a worried look at the door, but the tea shop man didn't bother us. You were so happy I felt reluctant to leave, but after a while my worry took over, and I told you we had to go find a job. I refilled our water bottle, and Tea Shop Auntie pressed the plastic bag with bananas and vadice in my hands. "No, Auntie, you already gave us too much." "Don't argue with your elders." She insisted on giving me something else, a raincoat. "Belonged to my daughter." Her eyes flickered across the picture of the young girl next to the picture of the goddess. "Gave away most of her things when she died, but this was new, and I just couldn't part with it until now." "Thanks, Auntie." I tried to squeeze all my gratitude into those two small words. As we left, Tea Shop Auntie walked outside with us. "Try your luck there. It's where the rich people live." She pointed at a distant temple tower rising above the forest of buildings. "Maybe someone will want a maid," she said. "But don't be too trusting. The world's not always a kind place for poor girls like you." The back alley wasn't as deserted as it had been the day before. A girl dressed in rags pawed at the hem of my skirt as we walked by. "Give me something," she whined. "I have to look after my brother. See him?" She gestured at a small boy, stark naked, who was sleeping behind her. Had they been runaways too? "Kasu kundunga aka," she wailed. "Give me some coins, sister." "We don't have any money," I said. It was almost true. "Money!" You patted the money on the pouch of my waist. I shouldn't have lied. You never did. "We have no money to spare, Ruku." Your eyes welled up as you gazed into the girl's tear-stained face. "Okay, okay." I untied the drawstrings, but before I could take a coin from the pouch, the girl's bony fingers clamped tight on it, and she yanked it out of my grasp. "No, that's everything we have." The girl scampered out of reach, her bare heels disappearing as she turned a corner, her brother forgotten. Cootie yipped and darted after her, but I called him back. Even if I'd felt less tired, I couldn't have chased a girl with such a pitiful voice and such haunting eyes. And besides, our money wouldn't have lasted much longer. We needed a job. I looked for work in the few of the tiny shops we passed on our way to the temple. Roadside shacks selling brightly colored clothes and cheap saris, fruit stalls humming with flies, a fragrant flower shop near the temple where two little girls sat weaving garlands of jasmine. I saw more people that one day than I'd seen our whole lives, but nobody noticed us. We were in plain sight, but we were invisible.